Hello everyone, it's Raymond Martinez, RaymondMartinezSenior.com, and I help people to worry less and live more. And today I want to share with you some tips on how to better handle a traffic stop. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, well, stories of altercations between police and detained citizens that are captured on police dashboard or body cameras have become too commonplace, especially in recent years. Uh, in fact, it's been reported that there's an ongoing tally of a number of people that are killed by police in the U.S., and it's a number that has reached a large number. I think at last count it was like 948, something like that. Um, and so it's something that can be prevented, really. There was an altercation that was reported in which police shot an armed man who refused to pull over for a traffic stop. Well, many factors, drive the escalation, of police interactions, especially of this sort. But what has been found is that a common theme behind many of them is poor communication. All right. So I have some tips on how to handle a traffic stop so that you can keep calm and carry on. All right. We all know that being pulled over by the police, it can be a nerve-wracking experience. Um, but it seems that it's clear that the best approach to a situation where you're stopped by a police officer, the best way to handle it is to be calm and be courteous. Okay? So now please understand that traffic laws vary by state and province if you're watching this in Canada. But these 5 tips will help you, properly handle a traffic stop. All right. Okay. Before we delve into the tips that I have with you, I just want to give you a quick reminder that if you do have a legal question or a legal issue concerning a traffic stop, please contact your provider law firm. Speak to an attorney about it, okay, so you can get some legal advice about your particular question or issue, whatever's going on. All right. Okay. Number one is pull safely off the road. Okay. Make sure that you're in a safe location, not only for you but also for the officer as well. Okay. You want to keep both of you safe, to the best of your ability. Turn your interior light on at night. If it happens to be that you get pulled over at night, turn on the interior light. Keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times. Okay, so that way, there's no question of where your hands are and things like that. Be polite and cooperative with the police officer. All right. And very important, address the officer as sir or ma'am. Okay, right off from the start. Right off from the start. Okay, show that respect. All right. Okay. There was a situation, an event concerning a person. You probably heard about it. It was a tragedy involving a lady by the name of Sandra Bland. She committed suicide after being arrested for her behavior during a routine traffic stop. All right. Well, it was cited that several police officers and others were commenting on this altercation, and many believe that this could have been avoided simply by a more civil discourse between Bland and the officer. If they just would have been more courteous to each other, things probably could have, ended up differently. All right, but it takes both of them. It can't just be one. Both of them have to be courteous to each other, of course. All right. Second tip that I want to share with you is comply with the officer's requests. when it comes to your name, your driver's license, registration, and insurance information. All right. However, as far as anything else, you're not required to give a statement beyond that. Okay. You can simply say, "I choose not to answer that question." Okay. But if it's your name, if it's a question about your driver's license, your registration, license, insurance information, comply with those questions. Anything else, you can say, "I choose not to answer the question." All right. Third tip I want to share with you is do not exit the vehicle. All right. Do not exit the vehicle unless you are directed to do so by the officer. All right. Very important to keep that in mind. Okay. Uh, we we can look back at the story of Miss Sandra Bland. You know, basically, the best thing to do is to do whatever the police officer says, and then deal with it later. Okay. Well, if it's something that the officer said or something that the officer did, you can always deal with it later. Okay. But for the meantime, for the moment, just do what the officer says. Okay. And as far as whether it was legal or not legal, you can always speak to an attorney later about it, and then you can deal with it at a later time. All right. Number 4, do not consent to a search of your car. All right, this is very important. If the search or if the officer searches your vehicle despite your objection, uh, stay calm and tell the officer that you object to the search, but do not physically resist the search. Okay, just make sure that he or she understands that you do not give consent. But if they go ahead and do a search, let them do it. Okay, deal with it later. All right. Number 5, call your attorney as soon as you're able to do so. Okay. One of the advantages of having a membership with our company is that you can literally have the attorney on the phone at the same time that the traffic stop is occurring. Okay, and so you can have your attorney on speakerphone, and your attorney can be advising you on what to say, what not to say, what to do, things like that. And so he or she can be hearing both sides of the conversation and advise you on what to do. If you're not able to do that, for whatever reason, just as soon as the traffic stop is over, call your attorney as soon as possible and let them know what occurred, and then that way they can get the ball rolling as far as if any legal issues need to be addressed, they can take care of that for you. Okay. All right. Well, hope you got some value out of these tips. What I'd like to ask you to do now is to go to www.gotoraymond.com. The link is included in the description. Go there, and so that way you can review some information about our services on how we can help you and your family to worry less and live more. And so do that as soon as this video is over. Head over to that link and check it out. All right. Next thing that I would like to ask you, if you got value out of these tips that I've shared with you, I'd like to ask you 3 things to do, please. First off, I would like for you to hit like. Okay, like the video. Second, I would like for you to leave a comment on what you liked best about what I've shared with you. And then the third thing that I would like for you to do is to share this video with everybody. Okay, whoever that you think might benefit from it, share it and get it out there. Okay. All right. So again, if you have any legal issues, legal questions, make sure you contact your provider law firm, speak to an attorney as soon as you can about it. If you need help contacting your provider law firm, please let me know and I will help you to get in contact with them. All right. So with that, have a good day and we will see you next time.